Breaking news first at 4. A homicide suspect from Chicago was in Milwaukee police custody after leading officers here on a chase.
And that chase ended when the suspect vehicle crashed into a school bus. This is at 76th and Capitol. And this was the scene earlier this afternoon. You can see the bus on its side there. The fire department says the 71-year-old driver of the bus was trapped inside. However, crews were able to get that driver free.
Our Mariam Mackar joins us live now from the scene with new information from Milwaukee police, and they just flipped that bus back up on its wheels.
Yeah, that's right, Steve and Susan. Just 5 minutes ago, it was still lying on its side. Take a look at what we're seeing now, because the scene is still pretty striking here. About 3 hours after this incident took place, a car again hit that bus, tipped it on its side, which ended up crashing into several other cars, which tow trucks just pulled away within the hour. MPD says this all happened as a result of a pursuit for a homicide suspect, as you mentioned, and it happened just before noon. Police were attempting to stop a vehicle that was wanted for homicide in Chicago when that car sped away. The driver then crashed into the school bus right here at 76th and Capitol, flipping it on its side, which then caused a chain reaction with other crashes and other vehicles on the road. There were thankfully no students inside the school bus. The bus driver was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. There were 3 people inside that suspect car, including a 3-year-old who went to the hospital with serious injuries. The 26-year-old driver of that car was arrested and is in custody right now. As you can see, investigators are still on scene here trying to piece together exactly what happened and clean up much of this mess. It'll take a few hours, I'm sure, before they can clear all the rubble from this road. But as soon as we learn more details, we'll bring them to you later tonight and on air. For now, reporting live at 76th and Capitol, Mariam Mackar, TMJ4 News.
All right, Mariam, we'll see you again at 5.
Milwaukee firefighters are going door to door this afternoon in a neighborhood on Milwaukee's south side.
They're checking for working smoke alarms, and they'll install a new one if it's needed. This after a fatal fire overnight in a 4-plex at 11th and Mineral. Firefighters say flames were through the roof of the building when they got there just before midnight. A man in his 50s was on the 2nd floor. Firefighters could not save him. Officials say they were able to pull a woman out of the building. She will survive. This afternoon, the assistant chief reminding everybody about the importance of having a working smoke detector in your home.
We can't stress it enough. You must have a working smoke detector in your home. The smoke alarms are going to be your first line of defense, essentially, if something happens when you're asleep.
The fire department also has a smoke alarm hotline you can call. It's 414-286-8980. Crews will make sure you get a working smoke alarm. They will even install it for you.
More local news now. City of Milwaukee leaders are looking to ban people convicted of domestic violence incidents from owning a gun. Mayor Cavalier Johnson here signed off on a resolution today that essentially asks state lawmakers to pass this new measure.
I'm asking that the folks who are domestic abusers don't get access to guns, that they're barred from possessing firearms, not just in the city of Milwaukee, but in the state of Wisconsin. Now, you may be asking, doesn't federal law already prevent domestic abusers from having a gun? And the answer to that is yes. The answer to that is yes, federally. But in Wisconsin, that does not conform to federal laws. Our state laws do not conform to federal laws in Wisconsin. So federal law says guns and ammunition cannot be possessed by someone convicted of a misdemeanor crime of domestic violence. But Wisconsin does not have such a crime. That needs to change, and with this resolution, the city of Milwaukee is formally joining the effort to solve this problem.
Attorney General Josh Kaul and some Democratic lawmakers are working to advance this proposal.
An Illinois man is now charged with driving into a traffic worker while intoxicated and then fleeing from police.
24-year-old Alexander Avila appeared today in Kenosha Circuit Court. It was back on November 20th that police say Avila got stuck in traffic and decided to hit a Kenosha County highway worker. The traffic flagger was knocked onto the hood of the vehicle and dragged about 50 yards and then run over. Court documents say Avila refused to pull over for police, which sparked a high-speed chase. He remains in custody on $10,000 bond.
In less than 24 hours, members of the media from around the country will get their first walkthrough of Fiserv Forum. ahead of next summer's Republican convention.
Our Elaine Rojas-Castillo joins us live now with a sneak peek of what we can expect. Hi, Elaine.
Hi, Susan and Steve. More than 400 members of the local, regional, national, and international media are expected to get a first look tomorrow at how the RNC is gearing up to put on their big show. The heart of Fiserv, where the basketball court would normally be, is now transformed with banners highlighting the plans across every single monitor. From separate staging areas for different groups to a look at how they plan to eventually welcome the eventual Republican presidential nominee.
All of these media outlets that are coming in here are going to take a look at logistical planning, technical elements, and what they need in order to maximize their coverage to not only ensure that we have a wonderful 4-day TV show, but bring this experience to onlookers all across the world and showcase Milwaukee.
Those with the RNC say the goal of tomorrow's walkthrough is to give people an understanding of how much work is already done and to also give an idea of just how much is left. Reporting live in the studio, Elaine Rojas-Castillo, TMJ4 News.
A lot of work still to be done. Elaine, thank you.
The former Dairyland Greyhound Park in Kenosha is headed for redevelopment.
The Forest County Potawatomi community hosting a groundbreaking this afternoon for the tribe's mixed-use greenway project. It's at 240 acres just east of I-94 off Highway 158 in Kenosha. The Potawatomi tribe purchased that land back in 2017. It's been vacant since Dairyland Greyhound Park closed in 2009. Plans include multifamily residential, some light industrial, and commercial space.
This is truly an innovative development. When I first saw the plans of this, we talked, it does a number of things. One, it brings a sustainable development to a site that, quite frankly, is an eyesore at this point. But it's also something where we can see fulfilling a need of housing. We are in desperate need of housing in our community.
Potawatomi has invested nearly $30 million to acquire and develop properties in Kenosha County. Earlier this month, it purchased nearly 130 acres of land in Pleasant Prairie.
In Racine County, leaders have cleared the way for Microsoft to expand its footprint in Wisconsin. The county board voting unanimously last night to sell land in Mount Pleasant to the tech giant. The company wants to make an additional $1.4 billion investment to buy 600 more acres. That's on top of its current $1 billion commitment to build multiple data centers.
Storm Team 4 now. People got out to walk their dogs and enjoy this warm up compared to the frigid conditions we saw the last couple of days. Nice blue skies out there, sunshine. Always nice to see the sun and the blue skies.
Nearly balmy today compared to what we had the last couple.
Yeah, the dogs were happy, right?
The dogs were very happy. No coats on the dogs.
No coats on the dogs today. And we ended up in the 40s this afternoon in Milwaukee. And as we take this live look in Port Washington, looks beautiful. We still have our clear sky here, but also as you look down to the ground, you can see a lot of green grass and not much left in the way of snow. I'll show you the difference that today's sunshine and warm temperatures made on the visible satellite coming up in a couple of minutes. First of all, as we look at temperatures, we are above the freezing mark across the board. It's 42 in Milwaukee, 40 in Racine, 39 right now in Watertown, and 36 in West Bend. Certainly feeling better than the last couple of days. If you've got any plans to head out and look at some holiday lights tonight, it'll be nice and quiet. Just a couple of clouds moving in as we head into this evening, but temperature at 5 p.m. still close to 40 degrees, and we'll keep it in the 30s as we move through this evening. Looking ahead, the bus stop forecast for tomorrow, out the door, not too chilly. Temperatures will be in the 30s, partly cloudy, a few more clouds as we head into the afternoon. We are back in the 40s, but this trend, more cloud cover around and some unsettled weather from Friday into the weekend. We made some changes to that forecast. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Ooh, want to hear about that, Kristen? Thank you. The Green Bay Packers are coming off their best win of the season, and they're looking for another one against the Kansas City Chiefs. The defending Super Bowl champs visit Lambeau Field for Sunday Night Football.
Rod Burks joins us live now from the grow operation that's going on behind him with what it's going to take to beat KC. Rod?
Well, guys, it is a huge game for the Green Bay Packers with the Super Bowl champion, reigning Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs coming to their house to play in prime time in Sunday Night Football. And, of course, the big question going into this game, will star running back Aaron Jones play in this game? Now, he hurt his knee in their win over the Chargers, and he didn't play in the Lions game on Thanksgiving. Now, he was at practice today, but he stayed inside and did rehab and stretch with the team. But everybody really excited about what Jordan Love has been given this team the last couple of games. 2 touchdowns against the Chargers in a win, and then he had 3 touchdowns against the Lions in another win. But we cannot forget about the speculation that Taylor Swift could be in the house for this Sunday Night Football game. We know the NFL wants her here, but we don't know. But I got a chance to catch up with A.J. Dillon and ask him if he was a Swiftie. You go into a Sunday night game, isn't it wild how Taylor Swift is so talked about if she's coming to a game or she's not coming to a game? As an NFL player, what do you think about that?
Hey, I'll give respect where it's due. I mean, she's one of the biggest stars, if not the biggest star right now, in that industry. So got to give credit where it's due. I know my wife's a big Swiftie, so we'll give her props. But when it comes to game day, I'm just focused on whoever's on that field. But it's cool for the game. It's cool. I'm a big fan and big believer in growing the game of football, and Taylor Swift bringing the Swifties over, people who never watch football watching football now. That's cool to keep enhancing the game, keep it growing.
Back out live, there you see some of the boxes up there. Now, if Taylor Swift does come to the game, I have to say that she is not going to be, she'll probably be in one of those boxes, not in the seats. But I like what A.J. Dillon said. Hey, he said she brings a lot to the game. We're told that there's some fans that don't really care about football, but they're going to buy tickets to come and see, hope that she's there. But of course, the big game, we can't forget about that. The Chiefs are the heavy favorites going in this game, 6.5-point favorites going in against the Green Bay Packers, and a great chance for some of these young players to experience prime time football on Sunday night, guys.
Rod, I don't know what I love more. You talking football or you talking to the Packers about Taylor Swift maybe being at the game on Sunday night?
Rod, do you have a favorite Taylor Swift era? What's your favorite era of Taylor Swift?
Please don't ask me any Taylor Swift questions. I've heard some of her songs. I could not recite. I can't tell you which one of her top sellers are, which ones were that she, because I know one thing, she likes to write songs after breakups, right?
Yes.
So, so hopefully.
I just wish Kelsey knew that going into it.
Yeah. So let's hope these guys stay together, and she still continues to make hits. But yeah, it was great for. I thanked AJ after his locker because when you ask questions like that, you want to get him one-on-one, and he was good to us. And he said, and he also told me when his wife is playing Swiftie songs at the house that he dances along with her. So
because he's a smart man. Keep the wife happy.
He is a smart man.
Yeah.
You know about that, don't you, Susan Kim?
That's right. All right,
Rod Burks at Lambeau. Thanks, man.
All right, so speaking of Swift, her guy on the Chiefs is also making #1 hits, apparently. Did you know this? According to Billboard, Fairy Tale of Philadelphia, Travis Kelce's duet with brother Jason has reached #1 on both the rock digital song sales and holiday digital song sales charts.
I need to listen to that in commercial break. Meanwhile, Swift is still basking in the afterglow of her latest success. 1989, Taylor's version is #2 on the Billboard 200. Her single Cruel Summer, #2 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Well, as A.J. Dillon said, she is like the hottest star on the planet, really.
And yet the league and the game can't be upset with this because you're getting fans to tune into the games that maybe wouldn't.
I don't think they're upset at all. They show her as often as they can, right?
You can catch all the Packers Chief action, maybe a couple cutaway shots of Taylor Swift right here on TMJ4 starting at 5. We have a full hour of coverage leading up to the Packers Chiefs game on Sunday. Then after the game, it's Packers Extra post game beginning at 10:30 right here on TMJ4. This afternoon, your Milwaukee Bucks are the top seed in the East, and they advance to the quarterfinals of the NBA's new in-season tournament. They finished 4-0 in group play, securing their spot by beating the Heat in Miami last night, 131-124. Next up in the tournament is the knockout round. The Bucks will host the wild card team, the New York Knicks, on Tuesday. Tip-off at Fiserv Forum, 6:30. Tickets are on sale. Now, if the Bucks win this one, they'll play the quarterfinals next Thursday with a chance to make the championship on Saturday, December 9th.
So this is something new this year.
it makes the games in November and December just a little more
interesting. All right, the opening ceremony for the 2024 Paris Olympics, 240 days away if you're counting. International Olympic Committee President helped launch an Olympic-themed installation today as we all look forward to the excitement of the games.
That's the mayor of Paris and the Paris 2024 president together on stage there, hitting the big button and helping inaugurate the display on the town hall. The Olympic Games begin July 26th. They run till August 10th of next year. They'll make history by becoming the first Olympics in history to achieve gender parity, the same number of female and male athletes competing in the games. Where can you see those games? Complete coverage, of course, right here on TMJ4.
Coming up on TMJ4 News at 4, the Rockettes dancing their way to Las Vegas.
The bigger-than-life production those famous dancers have planned this holiday season. And before we go to break, a live look. This is Little Switzerland. The TMJ4 Storm Chaser is out there. It's the ski hills opening day. It's been cold enough to make a lot of snow, and that has the skiers showing up in force. We'll be right back.